So we have a Sony State of Play coming tomorrow night, and believe you me, I've learned to keep my expectations relatively low when it comes to these State of Plays, because I feel like the ones we've seen over the last probably couple of years, they haven't really got me excited. There might have been one or two game announcements, but I feel like most of us have come away thinking this could have been so much better. Who are these games for? And with this State of Play, this is over 60 minutes, which tells me it feels like there's going to be a lot of announcements. Tune in live this Thursday for 60 minutes of news, gameplay updates, and announcements from game studios across the globe. February State of Play will spotlight eye-catching third-party and indie games headed to PS5, along with the latest from teams at PlayStation Studios. So alongside that, I'm hoping to see more maybe from Crimson Desert, although I don't want to see any more from Crimson Desert because I am super sold on that game. Every time I've seen something from that game, it's got me super excited, but I won't be surprised if that's not going to be in there. We've got indie studios, so you can expect a lot of other cool indie studios, see what they've got. We've got third party, so it feels like there's going to be quite a variety of games, but also from PlayStation Studios. Well, like when I see that, I hope to hear more from the big studios at PlayStation. I want to see what Santa Monica's up to. I want to know what Blue Point Games are up to. I know their live service games got cancelled, which was obviously only a good thing. I want to know what Ben's studio are going to do. I'm getting ahead of myself now, but imagine a Days Gone 2 announcement. I'm joking, but I just want to know what Ben Studio are up to. I want to know more from Naughty Dog. We need to know more from Naughty Dog because I just feel like with that studio, they're just freaking taking their time. And I feel like this is Neil Druckmann's last game because I don't think this is going to do as good as what people think it might do. But there is one game that we know that's not going to be there, and that is PS5's Wolverine. As the tweet came out, someone goes, when is there going to be more info? Then they just replied, spring 2026. So spring doesn't officially get underway till the end of March, so we're going to have to wait at least a few weeks to get a new glimpse of the anticipated game. So that rules out obviously the State of Play. Could they be lying? Potentially, they could be. You don't know. They might be keeping it a surprise. They could actually come out and say, here's an exact release date for the game. Again, that's just me speculating. It would be cool if they did keep that quiet because we're not used to having any surprises anymore, to be honest. As far as we know, Wolverine is not going to be there. There's obviously some other news, like PS5 fans believe a new God of War game could shadow drop this week. Now, we have heard some news and some rumors about like that 2D God of War game. I don't know where those rumors came from, but that was going around like the last year or so. There's another rumor that this God of War game could shadow drop during this week's State of Play. Again, this is only a rumor. And they did say this was like a Metroidvania style 2.5D side scroller. Again, I'm not the greatest fan of Metroidvania games, so it would be cool to see what they've got in order for this. Though this game was supposedly originally due out last year, but was purposely pushed into 2026 in order to add voice acting. So who knows if we're going to get a new God of War game. That would be cool. Even if it is a 2D game, I would still definitely be buying that because I absolutely love the God of War universe. I love it that much that my son is called Atreus. Hey, it's a cool name, no? But there are some predictions with this State of Play. Now, listen, as I said, I'm keeping my expectations low, but I would just love to know what the big studios are up to at Sony. Like I just said, like obviously Naughty Dog, you want to see some gameplay from that, even though I'm not too keen on that, but we need to see some gameplay. Again, I want to know what Blue Point Games or Blue Point Studios, what they're up to. I want to know what Ben Studios up to. Again, I want to know what Santa Monica's up to. There's just so many. I assume we're going to see more from Bungie with Marathon. Obviously, that's coming out soon, so that wouldn't be a surprise if we didn't see that there. I think that will most definitely be shown for sure as that game is coming out soon. But what are your predictions? So we've got some here. There could be some new gameplay to 007 First Light. That would be pretty cool. I'm a bit in two minds with this game. I am excited for it, but again, with the story of James Bond, I feel like they're just gonna modernize it for modern audiences, so you don't really know. Control Resonant, that's coming out this year, I believe, so it would be good to actually see some proper gameplay to that. There's been some rumors about Ace Combat 8, Winds of Thave, if I said that right. Again, not really for me. Oh, there could be an announcement for Death Stranding 2 on PC. Of course, obviously, we've got Ghost of Yote's Legends coming soon. Most probably that will be announced there. So obviously we've got Marathon, Judas. That game looks really, really cool. Hopefully we see more of that. Obviously Marvel Tokens, that's coming out this year. Wouldn't be surprised if that's not shown. And Onimusha Way of the Sword looks really freaking good. So hopefully we see more of that, especially with Phantom Blade Zero. That game is one of my anticipated. That's coming out end of the year, which I'm glad because there are just too many games coming out. But what else could we see? We could get more about the well, it's saying here that we could get more about the PS5 Pro's big PSSR update. That would be pretty cool. Wouldn't mind having some plates for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Again, we could see more from Resident Evil. I don't care. I don't need to see more. I've already pre-ordered that. Saros. I don't feel like we need to see more from Saros because we kind of know what the gameplay's like. We did get that story trailer from that, so I don't really mind not seeing too much. I know there was rumors about Starfield. Now that is supposedly coming to PS5, but I think this is going to be skipped and it's going to be shown a bit later. Now Tomb Raider, we do know Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis is coming out this year. That would be really cool if we could see some more about Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. So I don't know what other people are thinking, but all I will say is just don't get your hopes up with this state of play. I feel like there's not going to be a lot of announcements. I could be totally wrong, but if we go into this state of play with realistic expectations, I think we're all going to have a good time. I always enjoy kind of streaming these states of play. It will be cool to see what is going to be shown. And they have said that their main studios, their first party studios, will be there seeing what they're up to. So let's hope we actually see more. But what do you think about Sony State of Play? Will you be joining me on the main channel? But also, what do you want to see from this state of play? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know.